welcome to the MySpace podcast. I'm your host, Smiley, and today I will be reviewing the book Renegades by Marissa Mayer. So to start this off, I give this book a 5 out of 5. 5. This is like a 10. I really loved it. I was engaged the whole time. I didn't want to put the book down. I took it with me to school. I don't usually like to take my books to school because I know I'll just read them, but I had to because of how much I just loved it. I just had to bring the book to school. POV, it is third person, and it switches between our two main characters, Nova and Adrian. Age rating, it's definitely young adult, and I'm not lying about it this time. It is young adult. I searched it up. Genre, we have fantasy, science fiction, dystopian, and romance. Dystopian because it's after the world has basically collapsed. And there's some science-y parts to it, which is nice. And then romance, it is enemies to lovers. And it's a slow burn. But it has yet to be an annoying slow burn. So, yeah, it's good so far. In that area, and really cute. And so let's go on to the plot. It has superheroes and supervillains. That gives it the fantasy part. The superheroes, some of them are usually gonna be are bullies and mean. And of course, there's always one of them that has a secret agenda, just like the supervillains. The supervillains, they're usually pretty nice to each other and tend to have a reason as to why they do what they do. But some of them are just evil and they can't work together. A little rundown version of the plot, because I was like, I want to do that this time. So, basically, the villain, who are called the anarchists. There's also other groups, but the main group is the anarchists. They are a group of prodigies who are people who have powers. They overthrew the governments, and basically the world went into chaos without rules and everything. So Nova, our main character, says that the reason why Ace, the leader of the anarchists, the reason why he started fighting against the governments and overthrew them was because he wanted equality for the prodigies and for them to stop being looked down upon and everybody being scared of them, I think. But honestly, overthrowing the government just makes them even more scary, so. Then came the Renegades, who are the superheroes. They started off as vigilantes. So they followed rules and protected people from the supervillains. They brought back peace and order and now rule the city where this story takes place. However, as we see in this book, their government isn't amazing. And the normal people depend on them a little too much. A little more than a little. And what people have been told is that when they need the Renegades will show up. And of course, that's not going to happen all the time. Now, Nova. She is basically an anarchist. She infiltrates the Renegades, going undercover, and she has to join the trials to do that, which is really just the prodigy showing off their powers to the Renegades and hoping to get chosen by a team. She is chosen by Adrian's team. So now she's basically a spy. But she's also trying to keep them off of her villain identity. Because there's some things that happened and now they're trying to find her villain side, who is called Nightmare. Nobody knows this except the other villains. So while doing that, she's trying to learn all their secrets. And also, Adrian is trying to find Nightmare. And also, he has a secret identity of himself, so it's a kind of... and the secret identities of both of them are enemies, arch nemesis. So yeah, and that's basically how this whole book goes down. Just her trying to get them off her trail while Adrian is completely just dead set on finding her other identity, which he doesn't know about. Doesn't know that it's her yet. Yeah. 2, Nova. She's a super strong character, and she knows what she wants. But just like a normal person, and like other characters in books, she kind of loses sight of that at some point. And because of other feelings and so many and other things that happen throughout the book, but by the end, she is brought back to the original reason why she was doing what she was doing. So she is a villain. Her alias is Nightmare, like I've said before. Her villain alias is Nightmare. Her superhero alias is Insomnia. She doesn't need sleep, and she can make people go to sleep. That's her power. She has a heart and morals, which makes her a little more hero than villain. And there are definitely situations where she doesn't want to have a heart or morals, so she can prove herself to other villains that she's just like them. But she is evil in the long run. However, she is doing it for the right reasons. Where we see her little evil villain side is that she threw the puppeteer, which is another villain, out of the whole air balloon, and he ended up being captured. She just didn't want to be captured. Like, of course, who wants to be captured? And honestly, he wasn't supposed to even be there. So, honestly, karma for him. Now, doing it for the right reasons, she wants everyone to be equal, the prodigies and the normal people, not one group ruling over the other. Like what she says was Ace's plan. And this is, while she's within the Renegades, she has a lot of conflicting thoughts, and also before then. And she kind of just becomes really confused about who she is. Like, she's supposed to be a villain, but she can't kill people. And then also, she likes Adrian, who's a superhero she definitely shouldn't be liking as a supervillain. So, she has no idea what she's doing. Well, she has an idea what she's doing, but she's just so confused. And she has thoughts like, maybe the Renegades can change. But then a secret that the Renegades have comes out, and she's reminded of the reason why she's going against them and trying to destroy them. So she's brought back, and yeah, so she was just kind of blinded by the Renegades' pizzazz and everything that they have to offer, and forgot along the way how the Renegades failed her, just like everyone else in her life has, even Ace, who is dead. So, he definitely failed her. Now on to Adrian. He's a superhero. His alias is Sketch. He can basically make his drawings come to life. And a nice thing about him is that he can tell that the Renegades government is more fragile than what is being told to the people. And he wants to make it better. His views are also somewhat similar to Nova's, but are also different. because they can both see how the world right now is bad, and they either want to make it better or change it. Like Nova, she wants to destroy the Renegades and honestly would rather just not have prodigies in general. Adrian, he feels like the world needs superheroes. But then Nova responds and was like, the world has righted itself multiple times without the help of superheroes. So, because, yeah. Without superheroes, the world was okay. Without prodigies, the world was okay. Adrian also wants to be more useful than what he already is. People kind of see him as weak, and he doesn't want to sit on the sidelines anymore. At least that's what I've seen so far. I'm hoping that we'll see more of him in these next books, so I can learn more about him and see his character grow some more. I also, what I've been thinking for the next book, or the next two books, is that his want to go find Nightmare is gonna take him over and may eventually turn him into a villain. But also at the same time, he is really holding on strong to the whole superhero thing. So, I don't know. We'll see. But, like I said, his character needs some more growth. We've just focused a lot more on Nova during this book, so hopefully we'll get to see more of him in the next book. Some of the other characters now. So, we have the superheroes. Ruby and Oscar are our main side characters for the superheroes. They are part of Adrian's team. There's also Dana, but she's not really seen in this because she was hurt in the beginning of this book, so she's not a big character. Ruby's alias is Red Assassin, and Oscar's alias is Smokescreen. Ruby can, basically when she bleeds rubies, basically. Which is actually kind of cool. Oscar, like his name suggests, power is smoke. He can basically make smoke. Those two also definitely like each other. Definitely. They once, woke up next to each other. Oscar doesn't know this because Ruby woke up and moved herself. Oscar, honestly, doesn't try to hide it. Ruby's on the side of, I don't think I want this. But I think she just doesn't. She just hides it. I want to know more about a lot of these characters. And also, the way and how they got their powers is really dramatic. Now, to the supervillains, we have Leroy, Honey, and Ingrid. They are all Anarchists. Oh, and there's also the puppeteer and Phobia. So, Leroy, his alias is Cyanide. Basically, he can make poison. I don't know, it's kind of weird. His power is kind of crazy, but he's a little bit of the leader in a sense right now. He seems like the top guy. Honey, her alias is Queen Bee, so she basically can control all types of bees, but also not bees, because she can also control wasps and stuff, which I don't think are bees, so well, she tried to teach Nova how to be a lady, which I don't know went particularly well, but she tried. Ingrid, her alias is the Detonator. Basically, she can make bombs out of nowhere, and her personality is just like her power. Now onto the puppeteer. His name is also Winston, and he is not the favorite, but he has a really cute backstory with Nova. They used to be really close when Nova was a child, and they had a lot of fun together, and they grew apart, and it's honestly super sad to see how he just found so much joy in that relationship he had with her. And Nova sees how much that relationship they had meant to him during an interrogation. And she feels so guilty afterwards. She's like, I pushed him out of the hot air balloon and I've been so rude to him. And it's honestly so heartbreaking. Like, I want to know more about him now. Like, I didn't like him in the beginning, but I want to know more about his backstory and who he is. Then there's Phobia, the other anarchist. We don't know his real name. We don't even know what he looks like. There is definitely more to him. It has been said that he supposedly doesn't need a body because he's the embodiment of fear. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean, and maybe he's a renegade too, and like hiding, but part of the anarchists. So like he's a spy too. Who knows? I don't know. I want to know. I'm hoping we get to learn more about him. I'm hoping we get to learn more about all these characters because I want to know so much more. It's literally crazy. I also want to know how they got their powers in the first place. Like, when did it come around? How did it come around? Because it just seems some people are born with their powers. Some people get them later on. Yeah. A little bit more about the Renegades and the Anarchists. The Renegades, after basically saving the world, it has turned them more into celebrities than superheroes. And they've turned away from the superhero stuff and went into the more politics and celebrity side, which doesn't really help the world. And they aren't who they used to be. And their rules don't help with that. And that's what Adrian wants to fix, because the Renegades have to follow all of these rules to basically help the world. And they have all of these secrets, which I really want to know more about. Like, what is happening here? And we do learn some of these secrets during the book. The anarchists, just in general, some of these characters can't work together. Like, they all have a secret agenda, and they all expect the other people in the other anarchists to work with them. Like, they'll just come up with their own way, and then they're just like, oh, are you gonna help? And it's just like, what the hell is going on here? It's just kind of like, what is going on, right? Like, why did you choose to do this? It's so confusing. Now, onto the spoilers. Starting with Nova. Just some little plot things. Her uncle Alec is Ace. I saw it coming, but I was still really excited about it. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. He has told her a lot of stories about what happened to her parents, and that the reason why they were killed is because the Renegades didn't protect them like they said they were. And honestly, part of me feels like that it's gonna end up being a lie. But who knows? Maybe it won't be. Maybe it will be. Who can we really trust? The Renegades or the Anarchists? Maybe neither. And then another bigger spoiler. So cover your ears if you don't want to hear this. I won't. So, Agent N is the secret that reminded her of what she was doing. Okay, it's fine. I'm not actually going to say what Agent N is. But it is basically a way for the superheroes to stop the villains. I don't particularly agree with what it is. Adrian, so his fathers are the top are the top superheroes. They are part of the council. They're his dads. The captain and I don't know his other dad's name. It's a longer alias, so it's harder to remember, but he can basically turn invisible. His mother died when he was young, and she was also a council member, and then he was adopted by those two. He's also the Sentinel, which honestly, I don't know why, but I didn't really see coming. I should have. But nobody knows what side the Sentinel is on, and the Sentinel is now basically Nightmare's nemesis. He also really needs to find Nightmare for a couple different reasons. One being because defeating her would then show the world that he can be more than what people see him as, in that this new way of how he's doing it is another way to be better, kind of. No, the second reason is that the first time they fought, she said something. She said, "One cannot be brave who has no fear." And this connects Nova to who killed his mother, and he wants to know who did that so he can get revenge. So that's also why he's chasing her. Now on to the Renegades. Some other secrets. One of them involves Max, who is a boy around like 10. He has a power. But the secret comes out around the end of the book. Both of the secrets, what Max's power is and what the thing is. Another secret. And now onto some major spoilers. Starting with Max, his power is absorption. So basically, he can absorb other people's powers. And he did it to Ace. So basically, he killed Ace when he was a baby. Also, he's part of Agent N. Basically, the Renegades are using his blood to figure out how to take away other prodigies' powers. And also, Max has to be kept in this place called the quarantine, so he can't absorb other people's powers. Like, he doesn't know how to use it. I'm hoping that maybe in the future he finds a way to control it, because I know in other books characters do find ways to control those powers. The ending of this book, I won't give it away. If you want to know what it is, go read the book. I know it's long, but it's amazing and I loved it. So, it's really big. I went back and forth between it. Like, I saw it coming, but also was like, no, that can't happen. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, it's this ending's gonna be this blah, 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 blah. And then I'd be like, no, that can't happen. And then it happened, and I went, yes. It was an amazing ending. And yeah, I loved it so much. I can't wait for the next book. I need to go buy the next books, but I'm super excited. So, yeah. And I can't wait to see how all the other characters grow, and hoping to learn more about the world and these characters and just everything in general. Because I feel like there needs to be more about, like, it's a long book, but I don't think there was enough world building in a way. Maybe there's not supposed to be a lot of the world building stuff, but let's see in this next book. So yeah. I am hoping to make a couple more videos reading, but we'll see. I'm also coming up to a really busy part of my life, like really, really busy. So we'll see when I get it done. But hopefully I'll read it fast. Like, I read this book in like a week, less than a week. So we'll see how long this one takes me, because I may end up reading this instead of doing work. I need to stop doing that. Like, that's why I can't have books around me sometimes because I'll just read instead of doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But honestly, reading is better than being on my phone. So it's just like a what are you gonna do situation. So yeah, that is it. This is not at all a long video. I'm hoping we'll see how many notes I get down on the second book. I may talk more about the plot and stuff. So we'll see. If I do talk more about the plot, it will be more of a spoilers video. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you stay to watch the next video and have watched all my other videos, which I know are long, but bear with me. Thanks for watching. Bye.